Kent went down to the South Group leaders of the NatWest T20 Blast, Glamorgan, taking the match in Canterbury by 25 runs in spite of 50s for Joe Denley and Sam Northeast. Batting first, the Welshman made an explosive start, helped a little by Darren Stevens, who opened up with an 8-ball over, and Jimmy Neesham, which contained 7. And Aaron Donald then began to find his range thereafter, scoring 36 runs himself in the 6 overs of power play, which brought his team a total of 62. Jacques Rudolph was happy to play second fiddle, but also produced some extraordinary shots, this opening pair taking their stand to 88. It was broken in the 9th over by Callum Haggett, knocking out Donald's middle stump after he'd completed a 50 from 30 balls. Haggett also conceded the first 6, which arrived in the 11th over, Rudolph once again producing the ridiculous. The sublime came from Colin Ingram next ball as he sent James Treadwell into the distance, Glamorgan now on the march. Matt Coles returned to grab the important wicket of Ingram for 11. Daniel Bell-Drummond with the catch, that leaving the visitors on 118 for 2 after 12. On a very good surface, Rudolph went to his half-century off 35 balls and then left it to David Miller to try to get the final total up towards 200. Miller used power while his skipper added finesse in carrying his bat through the whole innings. Rudolph made 77 with Miller striking Mitch Claydon for a 6 at the death to see his team end on 199 for 2, Miller's contribution 43. The Spitfires' attack had not been at their best, but knew their batsmen had already chased down a score of 200 plus this year, and Denley was soon right on the attack. But he lost Bell-Drummond in the 3rd over, chopping on to depart for 3. Denley knew that he had to make the most of the power play and so took 3 fours off a Graham Wagover as Kent responded with a score of 52 for 1 from 6. Northeast welcomed Ingram into the attack by hammering him over the rope. Denley doing the same in the following over from Andrew Salter. Northeast struck 3 more maximums to get to a 50 from 28 balls and give his side a real chance of winning. But when he picked out Michael Hogan in the deep to fall for 60 and end a second wicket stand of 89, 90 was still left to find from 52 balls. So Denley needed to keep going, he closing in on another half-century with his 3rd 6. It was the introduction of Craig Mesheder which altered the shape of the chase. In his first over, he had Alex Blake caught in the deep for 4. His 2 overs cost only a dozen, which left Kent 63 more runs to find from the final 5. Denley still there though, and going big once again. His knock ended on 68, his 50th delivery seeing him held at deep mid-wicket, and with him went any chance. Neesham and Sam Billings were left to get 41 from 2 overs, and that was too steep a hill to climb. The Spitfires ended on 174 for 4 to lose by 25 runs, but in such a tight group there is still so much to play for. Kent only 1 win outside of the top 4 ahead of their next match at Hampshire on Tuesday before they return home to entertain Sussex next Friday, and we would love you to come along and show your support.